Hello and welcome to the Ellenville Central School District YouTube channel. We are getting ready to do a live game here of Ellenville versus Pine Plains. The game should be kicking off in about 7.5 minutes. I'm going to be your host for the evening, Mr. Buckler. And a big shout out to my crew upstairs. But it's senior night here for the girls' varsity soccer team. So at halftime there will be some senior recognition. But this game was scheduled for 6:30 kickoff. It's about 6:31 p.m. as of right now. And there is a clock counting down showing that there's about 7 minutes of warm-ups remaining. So we will be back in about 6 or 7 minutes to bring you the start of Ellenville versus Pine Plains girls varsity soccer.
Welcome to tonight's senior night soccer game as our Blue Devils host Pine Plains. If I could have your attention for a couple brief announcements and then the introduction of the starting lineups. The visiting team, their fans, and the referees are our guests, and we ask that they be treated cordially. It is expected that all spectators will conduct themselves in a good sportsmanlike manner. Remember, this game is being played by high school students, not professional athletes. And now for the introduction of tonight's starting lineup. For the visiting team, Pine Plains. Number 5, Soraya Cromwell. Oh, sorry. Wrong way. Pine Plains will start again. Kelsey Atkinson. Michelle Blackburn. Brianna Blackburn. Tessa Blackburn. Elizabeth Heater. Gray Leach. Rosa Mejia. Nevea Reni. Tierra Reni. Estrella Ruano. And Gabriela Torre. And now, the Ellenville Varsity Girls Soccer Team. Number 5, Soraya Cromwell. Number 14, Sarah Gonzalez. Number 17, Daniela Membreno. Number 9, Ashley Navarro. Number 23, Nevaeh Roller. Number 6, Lauren Story. Number 4, Garciana Walters. Number 1, Victoria Bonnets. Number 21, Caroline Connor. Number 19, Sienna Thomas. And lastly, number 12, Ayana Dumernay. If you can now stand and remove your cap while we play the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Enjoy the game.
This is Mr. Buckler coming to you live on Ellenville Central School District's YouTube channel, getting ready for girls varsity soccer senior night. It is the Blue Devils taking on the Pine Plains Bombers, and today's date, it is Monday, October the 16th. We are live if you are watching this at 6:39 or 6:40 p.m. local Ellenville time. And we are looking forward to today's game. So it is the Blue Devils, who have a record of 1-12. Not the best season overall for Matthew Dahm and Lee Augustine as the coaches of the Ellenville Blue Devils. Shout out to Athletic Director Matthew Salomon, who you may have just heard doing the announcement of the starting sides for both teams. We'll get to that shortly as well. For Pine Plains tonight, they are coached by James Wiley. with the athletic director being Rob Scott for Pine Plains. And their record is 6-5 overall. They have 3-5 in their conference. So they should be going to sections for the first time in quite a few years, according to their coach. He is a 4-year coach, and they've not been to the sections in his 4 years until essentially this season. I think they've almost locked it in with a 6-5 record so far. They will probably lock in sections if they haven't already. So well done to Pine Plains. Say for Ellenville Blue Devils, a bit more of a developmental season for them. But it's also a transitional season. There will be 7 seniors transitioning away from the team after tonight. And so the seniors are Garciana Walters, Daniela Membrano, Ashley Nunavero, Sarah Gonzalez, Lauren Story, Soraya Cromwell, and Nevaeh Roller. And we will be honoring them and giving them some recognition at halftime. But we are getting ready for the kickoff. So shout out to the crew upstairs. We have Josh, we have Mimi, we have Geronimo, and we have Joe. So good luck up there. Do your best. Never lose the ball. Keep the action centered from top to bottom and from left to right. I know it's going to be a great broadcast for the crew. As I said, this is Mr. Buckler, and we are ready for the kickoff. Ellenville versus Pine Plains. Blue Devils going to be going from left to right in the all blue with gold numbers. Pine Plains going from the right to left in the all white with blue or black numbers. And we are ready for the kickoff here. Under the lights. And away we go. Sarah Gonzalez plays the kickoff straight up the field. Oh, it's going to be an own goal within seconds, perhaps. Oh, my goodness. What a save. Almost a calamitous start. I barely started my stopwatch. We're at 11 seconds, and that was a few seconds. And look at the coach for Pine Plains. He doesn't know what just happened. That would have been some start for the Blue Devils. They didn't even need to touch the ball to get a shot on target that time. Well, there's some excitement for you. So 40 minutes on the clock. We have played about 30 seconds, and already some excitement here. We can get to the starters for you. So for Pine Plains in goal there, doing a great job to save that was senior Elizabeth Heater. And Blue Devils trying a bit more of an experimental lineup, being there towards the end of the season. I thought we were going to see perhaps Bonnets playing striker. Here she is clearing the ball in her usual position of sweeper. But Cromwell, who normally does play in the defense alongside her, is playing up top tonight. Number 5 coming close to the ball now. Ellenville players stopped for the handball, but the referee at first did not whistle it. So let's go over some starters for you. So for Pine Plains, we have senior Kelsey Atkinson, number 15. We have 10th grader Michelle Blackburn, number 12. Senior Brianna Blackburn, number 13. Senior Tessa Blackburn, number 10. In goal, senior Elizabeth Heater, number 14, or number 00, usually in goal. Another senior, Gray Leach, number 7. Well, these are the pink numbers. These numbers probably do not correspond to what they're wearing right now. The number 10th grader, Rosa Mejia. And number 8th grader, Nevaeh Rennie. 9th grader, Tiara Rennie. Blue Devils trying to get a shot away. Senior, Estrella Ruano. And 11th grader, Gabriela Torre. And when I asked the coach if he had any leading scorers this season, he said it would be Nevaeh Rennie, and she is an 8th grader. So shout out to 8th grader Nevaeh Rennie on the Pine Plains team. Leading goal scorer, which is impressive for an 8th grader to be the top goal scorer. So I do have 3 sets of numbers for some of these players, which is a bit confusing. Nevaeh Rennie should be the 19, so that you can see her in the center of the park, not the furthest player forward. Second furthest player forward. Number 10 is the player furthest forward. That would be Tessa Blackburn, senior. So you've got a senior and an 8th grader, looks like, playing up top for Pine Plains. And now for your Blue Devils, we have senior Soraya Cromwell, number 5. Senior Sarah Gonzalez, number 14. Senior Daniela Membrano, number 17. Senior Ashley Nunavero, number 9. And senior Nevaeh Roller, number 23. Senior Lauren Story, number 6. And senior Garciana Walters, number 4. Then we have junior Victoria Bonnet, number 1. We have junior Caroline Connor, number 21. As Pine Plains clears it up. 11th grader Sienna Thomas playing in goal, 0-0. And 10th grader Ayana DeMornay, number 12. Let's see if I can read Coach Dom's handwriting as Ellenville does well to block that cross. We've got Sienna in goal. We have Daniela and Victoria at the back. In front of them, Lauren and Ayana on the left. Ashley on the left. In the middle, Sarah and Nevaeh. Not sure if that's right. On the right side, Caroline. Up front, Chucky and Garciana. So if you know those players by their first names, there you go. That was helpful. And if not, I can announce their full names as we get going here. So Gonzalez in the ball, loses out. No chances quite as close as that opening one in the opening seconds. We're about almost 5 minutes into this 40-minute half. But there's a good crowd here tonight. The boys soccer team who had a game earlier today themselves, they are back in time, ready for kickoff here. Sad to say they played away at Rondout Valley where they lost 5-0. But speaking of Rondout Valley, the Blue Devil football team hosted Rondout Valley this past Saturday, and that was a success for the Blue Devils. They won the jug back on what was a Athletic Hall of Fame induction day. So they capped off a really nice ceremony for the 2023 Hall of Fame inductees by beating the Rondout Valley football team by a score of 40-34. Thank you. So it was a closer game. It was 40-20 with like 5 minutes to go, and then they allowed a couple of late scores, but they had enough of a cushion to hold on to win that game 40-34. So they win the jug back. And if you're an old-timer from these parts, meaning if you're probably 35 years or older, you probably know what the jug is all about. And if you don't, you have to ask someone, what's the jug about? And they'll be able to tell you a story about it. But essentially, it's a trophy that passes back and forth between Rondout and Ellenville as to whoever wins that football game each season. So Rondout had possession of the jug, and this year Blue Devils won it. So they will now hold on to the jug, and it'll be on display in the athletics trophy case outside the high school gymnasium. I'm not sure how old the jug goes back. Mr. Salomon, you have any clue? No, neither do I. I'm sure it's a time-honored tradition here. And there's a nice through ball. It's going to have some nice backspin on it. Good clearance by the 22. And the height is not on her side, but she did do well to clear that. The 22 is 9th grader Tiara Rennie. Nevaeh Roller was playing up front alongside her, or at least chasing that through ball. Number 10 does well to keep it in. Plays it down. And Bonnets has to clean this up. Number 19 putting on pressure. So Mr. Lukazeski, one of our viewers out on YouTube, says we look good and we sound good. So shout out to the crew upstairs. Mr. Lukazeski says it's looking good. That means everyone's doing their jobs upstairs really well. And a nice number 19. She skipped the tackle. She was through on goal. Had the 12 across to her. She probably could have taken a few more touches closer to the Ellenville goalie. Instead, she snatched at the shot with her left foot, and it rolled harmlessly wide. But she is a dangerous player for the Pine Plains Bombers, number 19. That's Nevaeh Rennie. As I said, their leading goal scorer coming into today's game. I believe it was a close race for the leading goal scorer between her and another player who I believe was the number 10. Let's see if we can find out how many people are watching this game live on YouTube. Well, we have about 4 people watching, so shout out to all of our live viewers out there. We appreciate you making the effort to watch this live. And, of course, this game will be available on demand on YouTube for a long, long, long time. It will also be replayed on Channel 20, the district's own educational access cable channel. But there's nothing like live. Ellenville tries to build an attack now. A little bit of patience on the ball. Number 14, not sure what she's going for there. Maybe trying to shoot it from deep. Maybe trying to chip it up. I think she turned around and apologized, or she's talking to the fans. She's getting ourselves into good positions. That's the number 14, Sarah Gonzalez, one of the captains of this team. Nice cut to the right side. But then good recovery from the 6. One of our seniors tonight, Lauren Story, doing good defensive work. Here's the number 10 for Pine Plains. Nice cut back onto the right foot. Cross is blocked by Bonnets. And now Connor, number 21, can't quite bring it up. Number 10 gets it back, goes back down the left wing. Number 17 does really well, though. Nice clearance right across the middle, though. Dangerous place to clear it, but she does clear it. Now Ellenville needs an outlet. Number 4 is the furthest forward. Now number 13 spreads it to the right side. Nice footwork to get inside, crosses it up, maybe going for the shot. Ellenville has to make a save, and she does very well. Sienna Thomas in goal. Get some nice applause from the crowd here tonight. As we said, the boys soccer team is here, along with obviously many of the parents and families for a lot of the players, including the seniors, who will be recognized at halftime, and you can hear them getting involved, which is great. They're really trying to be the 12th man, as we say, or the 12th person in a soccer game is the crowd. And they're trying their best to do their part today. Story gets almost caught out with that pass across. And now the 19 is through ball to the left side. Can she play the return pass? Oh, a good tackle from Bonnets. Take it away just before she shot. Now Gonzalez has time to turn here and get moving. Cuts back down the middle. Heavy through ball. Looking for Thomas. Nice idea. And we already have one mistake early, very early in this game, don't forget. And that's going to be offside if it got to her. Didn't, though. Yeah, we already had that one mistake early in the game that almost led to an own goal. And just then the keeper, who you thought was going to be totally comfortable, just stepped over the ball, maybe unnecessarily. Meaning the striker was doing her job to put pressure on the goalie. And it is free kick to Ellenville. Gonzalez will take. Left-footed ball, top of the box. Good clearance. Goalie starting to come off her line. And so there are, I was going to say, a couple of 8th graders on the roster for Pine Plains. There's the goal scorer we talked about, Nevaeh Rennie, number 19. But there is also another 8th grader. There's 2 more 8th graders, in fact. We have Miley Augustin, number 2, and Molly Beers, number 26. I assume they're in attendance in this game, but some young players on the Pine Plains roster. Ellenville striker tries to steal it before it goes out. That's Cromwell. The Blue Devils, the youngest player on their team would be 8th grader Megan Wright, who I do know is here tonight. I know sometimes she gets assigned to run the lines, but it looks like she might be on the bench tonight. Ready to come in. Pine Plains have 7 seniors of their own. I'm sure they will be recognized at halftime along with the Ellenville seniors, at least briefly. Number 14, can she turn? Drop the shoulder. Pine Plains number 15 had to get there. Does well to get it past Connor. Really nice play from the 15 to bring it out the back. Now there's a heavy ball forward. Keeps it in. And number 15 is continuing her run in support. Number 17 does really well for the Blue Devils there. That's Daniela Membrano playing right back, or right-sided defense. One of our seniors tonight. Third team with the captain's armband and a knee brace. So must be coming into this game with a slight injury. Now Gonzalez, she's got 23 in front of her. Number 7 does well, though. for Pine Plains to clear it up, but Gonzalez is going to push it down the left wing. 22 yet again is the one doing the cleanup work for Pine Plains. I think it'll be a handball call against Ellenville's number 4, Garciana Walters. Is this the final varsity girls soccer game of the season, Mr. Salamone? There's at least 1 or 2 more to come. I know we are getting close to the end of the regular season for the full sports teams. Some teams have finished, or not quite. Did field hockey play their final? His game is tomorrow. Tennis is finished. Field hockey's last game and senior night will be tomorrow. Oh, she tripped her up there. That's going to be a free kick against number 12. I think that's DeMornay. Say soccer has not many games left, boys or girls. Football has at least 1 game remaining this Friday, the homecoming football game. Is there another one after that, regular season? They'll play a makeup game. So there'll be at least 2 more football games, as we say. If they make the playoffs or the sections, then obviously they'll have another game to go after this Friday. But this Friday is a big game that will help decide if they make sections or not. They play home on Friday night at 7 o'clock as Ellenville's number 3 comes in for 21. So number 3 is Lila Denman. She is in for number 21, Caroline Connor. Ellenville, we'll play Tri-Valley in football this Friday. Not a team they typically play all the time, but I believe this year there was some slight reclassification in certain sports, meaning that Ellenville will play Tri-Valley in what's called a regular season game. That ball bounced almost awkwardly. If it had more height on it, it was going to bounce right over her head. But kudos to Sienna. She read the bounce really well. As Gonzalez can try to flick it onto Denman. Denman's going to try to get there before it goes out, but just unable to do so. And almost got caught in the mud there. Number 13 blocked in the middle by Cromwell. Nice play by Roller. 23. She's got players to the right. She can find her before she's on. Yeah, she's onside. Number 4, Ellenville pushing up now. And the cross is nicely blocked by number 3 with another captain's armband. And she eventually puts it out for a throw. So the number 3 would be senior Estrella Ruano. I don't know if the Blue Devils wear captain armbands to help identify who the captains are. They don't think they do. You can see some of the Pine Plains players, including the 13 right there. The 13 would be Brianna Blackburn, a senior. She's got a bright green armband on her left arm. And the number 3 has one on her right arm, so that helps identify who the captains are. Quite often your captains are your senior players, but not always. It can be any player that deserves it. Usually picked by the players or by the coaches, of course. The header away is actually flicked backwards. So Ellen will put in pressure now on the defender. And Cromwell couldn't do anything except have it played off of her for a goal kick. So with 22 and a half minutes remaining in the first half, we are tied up at 0-0. No goals yet. The best chance of the game came within the first 10 seconds when Pine Plains defender almost played it past the keeper into her own net. But kudos to the goalie, Elizabeth Heater, for getting back just in time to avoid an embarrassing opening to this game. Since then, it's been fairly even. Blue Devils perhaps dominating the possession, but I wouldn't like to say that for sure. Pine Plains certainly a good adversary in this game, and it's been a fairly even game. No real clear chances, but right now, Bonnet's keeper has to come out one-on-one and does a really good job. Best chance of the game right there, perhaps, for Pine Plains. They had the other chance where the striker snatched at it. So they've had 2 now, maybe 3 attempts or chances. Blue Devils have had really only one, maybe two chances on goal. So Pine Plains perhaps starting to edge it just. But say very close game here. Nice turn from Roller. She rolls the defender. And Gonzalez lets it go past her, hoping Story was there. Number 10 couldn't quite get it under control, but nice pass across the middle to the 9. She'll lay it to the right wing. Her wall passes missed time, but good hustle from the 12. And couldn't keep it on the far side. Yeah, nice play from the 12 there for Pine Plains. That would be Michelle Blackburn, 10th grader. There's got to be some family connections going on in the Pine Plains roster. We have 3 Blackburns, 10th grader Michelle Blackburn, and then 2 seniors, Brianna and Tessa Blackburn. Oof, side netting, goalie wasn't worried about it, was well positioned. There's also 2 Augustins. There's 8th grader Miley Augustin and 12th grader Yasmin Augustin. And there's 2 Rennies. There's 8th grader Nevaeh Rennie and 9th grader Tiara Rennie. So I imagine those are some family connections on the Pine Plains roster. For the Blue Devils this season, I don't think we have any siblings or cousins that I know of playing on the starting 11. I know in years gone by we've had the Crafts, whether they be sisters or cousins. So throw in Pine Plains, halfway through the first half now. The ball runner with the green penny is Silas Millis, member of the boys varsity soccer team. Cromwell has to chase that down. She does really well. She's got a runner pushing up to the left. She might have just played it too far for her to reach. Just too much on it for number 9, Ashley Nunavero, to pick it up. It was a poor throw, but referee's going to let it go. Cross comes in. Keeper is going to have to catch it on the first bounce, which she does. And here's the problem for the Blue Devils. The outlets aren't always there. Denman with a good touch, looking to 4. Can she hold it up to have some runners go beyond her? That's what they need. Gives off to Gonzalez. She tried to play a through ball down the left, looking for Nunavero. And instead, a heavy through ball comes over the top, straight to the goalie. Denman will pick this up, plays it back inside, but couldn't quite get it to the feet of the number 4, Garciana. Obviously, there was the I'm trying to think in my head about other siblings who've come through the girls' varsity teams. There's the Augustines. Obviously, there's Coach Augustine, his daughters, Rebecca and Emma, both played for the varsity girls team. Ball comes in, hits the post. She may have been going for the cross there, but it was on target, except for a couple of inches where it just hit the outside of the post and bounced out. Goalie was in the right position in case it was going to sneak in, but I don't know, even if she stretches up, she's not the tallest of goalkeepers. If it's right above her head, it's going to be hard for her to save it. if it's right under the crossbar. Oh, they're changing it. Switching from one side of the flag to the other. Low ball comes in. So we get another chance to cross it in. Clear it out better this time. And now the 19 has a chance to break. She's going to go one-on-one and goes around the player like no problem. She's got a runner behind her. One up front is waiting for number 10. She's going to look for her. And 10 gets it. It's a good attack from Pine Plains. And Bonnet's solid defense. Gets it almost back. Certainly breaks up the attack. Heavy ball down the right wing, which if she can't bring it under control, it's going to run out, and which it does. Obviously thinking of siblings on the boys varsity team currently, there's the Gattaca brothers. And I think there might be other family members in the Ray-Bans as the ball comes across. That's a great goal by the number 12. Ellenville did not know she was coming. They all thought they could leave it and it would be harmlessly collected by another player besides the one themselves. But number 12 scores, so a great pass from the number 10. Which would be Tessa Blackburn, and then she found number 12, which would be Michelle Blackburn. So Blackburn to Blackburn gives us the opening goal here for Pine Plains. They take a 1-0 lead with 14 and a half minutes remaining in the first half. It's a nice goal, nice finish. We have a new ball boy on the near side. Silas has given the penny to Kwaku Boahen, who used to be a member of the boys varsity soccer team. This year he is playing for the boys football team, the varsity football team. As Cromwell goes down, she's going to win the free kick here. So Blue Devils have to gather themselves. They've been in this game pretty tightly. It's been pretty close. Maybe the better offensive chances just going Pine Plains' way, and they've made one of them count there. But Ellenville did hit the crossbar just a minute or two before that, so they've had some chances of their own. Story lines this one up. He's going to swing it in with the right boot to the back post. Keeper's going to have to come for it. Goal. Defender came before her, and she did really well to catch that and stop it going out for a corner kick. Shout out to the goalie there, Elizabeth Heater. Gonzalez shooting it from deep, smashes it into her own player roller. It's going to have to be pretty special to score from that. Number 10 with a lovely first-time pass. Oh, and tripped up. Could be a card situation here. Definite free kick. Now, if she denied a goal-scoring opportunity, that would be a red card. I don't think it was that severe, and it was not intentional, so therefore I don't think they'll give her the yellow. But that was a clear foul, and if she was a little bit closer to goal, that could have been a red card. because she was almost through on goal. So free kick, low and hard. It's going to roll left. Number 12, the goal scorer, blasts it, and it gets blocked in the end. So Michelle Blackburn trying to get another goal on the books. Already got one tonight. So she was assisted by number 10, Tessa Blackburn. So substitution to be made by Pine Plains. Can't quite see the numbers yet. So maybe number 9 who came out. For the 4, as the shot comes in, it just rolls wide. So I think the 4 just came in for the 9. So the 4 for Pine Plains is Yasmin Augustin, senior. And the number 9 who just came out would be Izzy Montoya. Goal kick goes straight to the 19 of Pine Plains. But Garcia does really well. Can she hook up with Roller to get through on goal? Then allows it to go out for an Ellenville throw. Just under 10 minutes to go until halftime. Don't forget, at halftime, we will be bringing you the senior recognition, where the 7 Ellenville seniors will be recognized. And they've been working on some homework, essentially, for this. They've got to, I think, come up with their favorite Coach Dom quote, along with a few other questions the coach asked them to fill out. So we'll have some fun with that at halftime. I know Mr. Salomon's got some cue cards to read from. He's got some homework to do. Got to make sure he can read the handwriting. As it goes out for a throw in the end from the number 3. Number 14, Gonzalez, trying to flick it on for her own run. Nice ball across the middle, finds the 12. Bonnet has to stand her up. Oh, puts her down, but just after the ball, she looks around. No foul, no free kick, but solid defense from the Blue Devils. So Coach Wiley of Pine Plains will be the happier of the two coaches with 7.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Flick on from Roller is going to go straight to the keeper, I think. If I'm not mistaken, there might be a legend in the crowd for the Blue Devils. Senior of last year, so class of 23 alumni might be here. If that's Sydney Franza I see down there. She is the all-time girls varsity soccer goal-scoring record holder, I believe. beating, I want to say, Joanna Kraft from a few years ago. Beating her record as Ellenville's keeper has to pick this up, and she does. Nicely hooked forward from Roller. Couldn't quite save it, but did well just to stop the attack from forming right away. Denman can clear the throw. Gonzalez has a minute to look up. She's got options out the left wing. Nunavero. But she ends up getting smothered by the 18 who did really well. Nunavero puts it out for a throw. So great play by the 18 there. That's Rosa Mejia. Maybe a sub being made there with just over 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. And we'll down by a goal to nil, thanks to a first half strike from Michelle Blackburn, number 12. Ellenville just lacking that cutting edge up front. Nice play from the 19. Finds the 10. Did well to at least get a touch on it and bring it down. Good clearance. And now the play getting a bit more spread out now. 19 boots it up, but the teammate wasn't going to get that one. Also, I might have been wrong before. It might be the number 12 who's the second highest scorer for Pine Plains. That would be Michelle Blackburn. She might be the player in competition. Is the goal scorer tonight, so maybe she is now tied up with her teammate Tiara Rennie. Cromwell plays the through ball. Ellenville can almost get there first. Going to push her in the back, and that's going to break that attack down. A foul on Yasmin Augustin. Sorry, a foul by Ellenville's number 4. And she's down. Ellenville's number 4. Garciana Walters just knocking the defender over. The defender did really well to get in between the ball and the Ellenville player. So essentially nothing that Walters could do except trip her up or stop running. And so the referee signals maybe stop the clock for a second. He did this signal. Does that mean stop the clock? Yeah. Yeah, the orange ref did it. He just held his hands up on the, stop the clock. So injury timeout essentially here as they make sure that she's okay. Didn't seem too bad in real time. She was obviously tripped up at, running back at speed, but if you get tripped in the heel, you normally go down not too crazy. It wasn't like a heavy impact with another player. So she is back on her feet, number 6. That would be Jocelyn Reyes, the number 6 for Pine Plains. Playing a critical part in the defense just then, stopping Ellenville's number 4, who was almost clean through on goal. The goalie, it was a nice through ball. It was just the right pace where the goalie couldn't come out and grab it easily. So he had to stay back and allow the defender and the striker to duke it out essentially. And in the end, foul committed by Ellenville. So we're back underway. DeMornay does well, looking for Nunavero. She gives it away. Tracks back with the 12. Will now get the ball on the right wing. Looks across to the 10. This is a nice move from Pine Plains. Cuts onto her left foot. Strikes it. And we saw the shadow of the ball go on the crossbar, so that was not too far away. Keeper would not have been able to save that, I don't think, if it had been in the on target in the top left corner. So a nice attacking move here towards the end of the first half from Pine Plains. They're looking to add to their 1-goal lead. Gonzalez does well. Another through ball. Keeper will come off her line. She will not be able to pick it up. Oh, and she clears it right into Walters. And she made sure she was okay. Luckily, it didn't hit her in the face. Nice sportsmanship from the goalie of Pine Plains. She was concerned for her opposite number, even though the ball was still in play. And she's fine. Must have hit her at a fairly safe position. As the clock is stopped at 2 minutes, so that the referees on the field can keep the master clock to themselves. They usually add a few seconds on if needed for injuries and stoppages and whatnot. No, one of the senior signs gets hit by the ball there. Kwaku would try to repair it. Handball surely by the 13. Nice flick by Roller. Finds the through ball. And Walters will get the throw. Ellenville can push up now in the last minute of this half. And then putting the pressure on, they might as well. They've still got 4 players back covering 2 Pine Plains strikers, so get numbers in the box. Find some outlets. Nice ball over 3 heads. And Pine Plains can do well to bring it up now. Number 19. Oh, getting dragged to the floor by Ellenville's Story. No free kick. Wow. I'm surprised that number 19 for Pine Plains did not win that free kick. She's looking a bit confused as to why she didn't win one. High throw. And that is your halftime whistle. So we will go into the halftime break. Blue Devils down by a lone goal from Pine Plains, number 12, Michelle Blackburn. So they lead 1-0 here. We'll be back in just a minute or two for the halftime festivities, as it is senior recognition night.
Soccer team. We'd like to thank the seniors for their hard work, dedication, and excellent sportsmanship throughout the years participating in the Ellenville soccer program. We would also like to thank the parents and guardians of our seniors for their continued support. We know that you have spent countless hours watching games and driving players to and from practice. Your support is greatly appreciated. At this time, we would like the parents or guardians to join the seniors on the field. Okay. Yeah, but okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So all these girls. We'd also like to take this moment to recognize the seniors of the Pine Plains girls varsity soccer team. First up, Kelsey Atkinson. Michelle Blackburn. Oh, Brianna Blackburn. Sorry about that. Tessa Blackburn. Elizabeth Heiter. Gray Leach. And Estrella Ruano. Give it up for the Pine Plains girls varsity soccer seniors. Coach Tom, we ready? And now for our Blue Devil seniors. First up is number 5, Chucky Cromwell. Chucky is accompanied by Andrea Roas. Her favorite soccer memory is every time I got to play striker. She will miss most complaining about going to practice, but ending up having fun there in the end. Her plans for next year are OTC, and her favorite quote from Coach Dom is, "Watch, I'm going to make this top right corner." Everybody give a round of applause for Chucky. Next up, we have number 14, center attacking mid, Sarah Gonzalez. Sarah is accompanied by her parents, Leslie and Carlos Gonzalez. Her favorite soccer memory is when Coach Tom came to practice on an electric scooter. She will miss singing in the car on the way to practice with the team. She plans on playing soccer at the collegiate level and studying exercise science. And her favorite Coach Tom saying is, "If you miss this, you're running." Everybody give it up for Sarah. Next we have number 17, right outside back, Daniela Membrano. Daniela is accompanied by her mom, Claudia, and her dad, Luis. Her favorite soccer memory is singing at the top of her lungs on the bus ride. What she will miss most is the team chant Ellenville on 3 before every game and being around some of the funniest people I know. Her plans for next year are to attend college, but still undecided. And her favorite Coach Tom quote is, "That was terrific." Next up, we have number 9 at midfield, Ashley Nunavero. Ashley is accompanied by her parents and siblings, Rebecca and Francisco Nunavero. Her favorite soccer memory is playing on the same team as my sister freshman year. What she'll miss most is getting hyped before the game with the team. She plans on going to college and studying nursing, and her favorite Coach Tom quote is, "Cheeky." Everybody give it up for Ashley. Next up, we have number 23, at defense, Nevaeh Roller. Neve is accompanied by her mom Rebecca, dad JK, and brother Jacob. Her favorite soccer memory is going to Burger King after the game. What she'll miss most about soccer is good laughter. After high school, she plans to go to college for education. And her favorite Dom quote is, "She got on the Air Force Pumas." Give it up for Nevaeh. Next up, we have number 6 at stopper, Lauren Story. Lauren will be joined by her mom and dad. Her favorite soccer memory is when we won the divisions in 2021. What she will miss most is going to BK after away games. Her plans after Ellenville is to go study psychology at SUNY Cortland. And her favorite Coach Dom quote is, "I want to make you guys run so bad." Give it up for Lauren. And lastly, at number 4, forward, Garciana Walters. Garciana is joined by her stepmom, Dana. Her favorite soccer memory is when we played Poughkeepsie and our seniors played on their team and we versed them. Gonna need further explanation about that. What she will miss most is the bonds that she's made. She plans to go to college for business management, and her favorite Coach Dom quote is, "How was your touch?" Everybody give it up for Garciana. And let's hear one more round of applause for all of our seniors here tonight, Ellenville and Pine Plains. And all of our families as well, spectators for joining us in this celebration. And thanks to the coaches as well, Coach Dom, Coach Augustine. Good luck in the second half.
All right, we are back for the second half here as kickoff is just underway. Pine Plains going from left to right with the kickoff here in the second half. Ellenville going from right to left. And we are back. It is Ellenville 0, Pine Plains 1. First half goal from Pine Plains, Michelle Blackburn. And we are live on YouTube. Obviously, if you're watching this, you must be watching it on YouTube either live or on the replay on demand. And, of course, this game will be brought to you on Channel 20 at a later date and time. As Pine Plains with the through ball, Ellenville has to be not caught napping here at the start of the second half. Clock is ticking, 40 more minutes of soccer for you here, as we had a really nice halftime ceremony recognizing all the seniors for both teams. So that was really nice to see for Pine Plains. That was Yasmin Augustin, Kelsey Atkinson, Brianna Blackburn, Tessa Blackburn, Elizabeth Heater, Gray Leach, and Estrella Ruano. The 19 goes down on the far side. That is Nevea Rennie. She's back up. For the Blue Devils, their senior players who were recognized were Surveyor Cromwell, Sarah Gonzalez, Daniela Membrano, Ashley Nunavero, Nevea Rola, Lauren Story, and Garciana Walters. So congrats to all of the senior girls out there playing soccer tonight. This being the final game of their varsity. Well, not sorry, I shouldn't say that. This is not the final game of their varsity soccer career. Certainly not for Pine Plains, as they have almost certainly made sections. They'll have at least a couple more games. And for Ellenville, they have, I believe, one more at least after this game. But certainly wrapping up their varsity girls soccer career. Roll with the ball up. And keeper does well to collect that. Had a decent first half in goal. Elizabeth Heater, senior, for Pine Plains. Dealt with everything that came her way, including the erroneous back pass right at the very start of the first half. She dealt with it very well. Almost an own goal within inside 10 seconds, which would have put the Blue Devils on the strong foot, but instead it was nicely cleared by the goalie. And say it's scoreless until about the final 10 minutes or so. Where Pine Plains took the lead. So Ellenville has to come from behind here in the second half if they want it to be a victorious senior night. Pine Plains looking to spoil the party and get a victory of their own. Number 19 with the quick feet goes to ground. Oof. Not sure what happened there. Roller just kicked it. I thought it was a throw into Ellenville. Now it is. And Cromwell trying to get a shot away. I think Denman switched to the left side. She was playing right side in the first half. Good touch from the 12. She's going to try the 1-2 with the 11, and she does really well. She's got another player ahead of her. It's a high ball, a lot of backspin. Keeper's going to come out. It's going to get nodded through. Bonnets could not clear it, and so it goes in. The Pine Plains number 11 with a great header. Miscommunication at the back for Blue Devils, and so we have a goal early in the second half from the number 11. That would be Emma Brenner. And Ellenville, you just think, could have dealt with that better. Either the defender had to leave it for the goalie and then track behind the goalie in case she missed it, or vice versa. The goalie needed to let the defender deal with it and the goalie stay back in case she didn't. And instead, they both kind of went for it. And the Pine Plains striker just got there ahead of her with the headed flick. And so we are at 2-0 now to Pine Plains, as Mr. Salamone can come up and update the scoreboard to reflect that for the stands here. 35 minutes remaining here in the second half. Pine Plains leading now by 2-0. Number 12 played a critical part in that goal. It was a really nice worked move, in fact, between the 12 and the 11. So the 12 would be the goal scorer of the first goal, Michelle Blackburn. I think she might get an assist for the number 11, Emma Brenner there. It was a really nice worked interplay between the two of them down this right side, leading to Pine Plains' second goal of the evening. Now Ellenville has to come back from 2 goals down, which will be a challenge for the girls. Nice ball through, though, but 15. Excellent tracking back from her. Walters does well to hold it up. Denman tries to get it back to her and put out for a throw by the 18. Rosa Mejia. Shot from deep, gets a flick. Referee's going to say handball. So it's going to be a free kick, I think. I think it was outside the box. No, maybe it was inside the box. So a lucky break for Ellenville, as they are going to get a penalty kick. That box is deceivingly bigger than I can tell. So penalty kick to Ellenville. Frame this up, guys. You can zoom in. There you go. That's a nice shot. It's going to be number 14, Sarah Gonzalez, to try to cut the deficit in half to 2-1 with her left-footed penalty kick strike coming up. The crowd goes very silent here at Ellenville. Strikes it in off the crossbar. Spectacular penalty kick from number 14, Sarah Gonzalez. Makes it 2-1. Well, it doesn't get much better penalty kick than that. And the crowd chants, Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. Not short of confidence on that kick. The crowd was very silent. You could tell it was a critical point of the game. If she missed it, it would have been awful. But having just conceded a second goal here in the second half, it was important to get that one back on the board and give them something now to chase. Now they're back to their 1-goal deficit, which they have 32 minutes to chase back. So game on here at Ellenville Junior Senior High School. Blue Devils down 2-1 to Pine Plains. Oh, a little tuck in the back there, but no foul. No handball. No foul. No foul again. It's some rough and tumble soccer out there. Referees allowing everything to go. Which, as long as they're being consistent with their calls, as long as the players know that that's how they're going to call it, that's fine. There was no real clear foul in any of that. No deliberate handballs, no deliberate fouls. Number 19, star player for the Bombers. Nice through ball. Too far, though, for the striker to reach. And so Thomas does well. Nice cross up. Going to be dealt with nicely by the goalie for Ellenville. Number 14, Gonzalez, fresh off that penalty kick goal, pushing forwards. Demon on her outside. Couldn't quite chase it, but it might be Blue Devil throw here. In fact, it will be. The throw-in ran through. Nice throw. Cromwell tries to bring it down. Devin back inside. 14, Gonzalez. She gets knocked to the ground. No foul that time. But she is down.
Shot.
And they're going to stop the game, I think, here to make sure she's okay. Oh, no, they're not stopping the game. There was no foul called, so Pine Plains is going to try to counter now. Number 12. Nice play by DeMornay. Not to commit the foul there. Gonzalez is jogging back now, number 14. She was down before. She's sprinting back to help her defense. And now she's got to block that. It's going to come across. There's the shot. There's a lot of spin on it from the 13. Nicely dealt with. That's Brianna Blackburn, number 13 for Pine Plains. Game on here, 30 minutes to go. Number 18 trying to dribble it through Ellenville's number 4. She's going to get through. Does really well. Plays the through ball. It's going to stay in. Bonnet's got to deal with this. And now Gonzalez wants number 4 to run ahead of her so she can play it through to her. And she drops down again. She's trying to make it all happen here. 19 gets past Story. Through ball is going to go to Bonnets. Bonnets had to clear it, made the right decision not to leave it for the goalie that time. The throw on is flicked on. Wow, brave goalkeeping by Ellenville. The number 12 getting a toe on it. That's Michelle Blackburn, but excellent goalkeeping from Blue Devils. Sienna Thomas there. That was brave. She had to put herself right in potentially getting kicked in the face, and she did very well to save that. There comes a really nice corner kick. Oof, nice height on it. Maybe just a bit too high and too heavy to get on the end of it. Gonzalez, nice little cut one way than the other. She tries to launch the through ball down the left wing for the 4, who had made the run that time, but couldn't quite keep the through ball in. Nice play, nice interplay between the 4 and the 3. Good pressure from the 4. The number 7 was there to track back and cover. And she clears it out. She was in the right place, though. Number 7, that's Gray Leach, doing good defensive work. Blue Devils have the throw on the far side. A lot of numbers back there for Pine Plains. Gonzalez can get there before the 12. She can probably keep this in, but look at the hustle from the 18. But Gonzalez is going to get it. Crosses it first time. Off the crossbar. Caught the keeper unawares there, and then she was scrambling. She would not have saved that if that had been on target, I don't think. And it caught her off guard and it hit the crossbar, the underside of the crossbar, and then bounced out. So Gonzalez almost with her second goal of the night, having scored a penalty kick about 10 minutes ago. Or about 6 minutes ago, I should say. And she's got the ball back on her left foot now, goes for the strike, and this time it goes wide. She is on a mission to get the Blue Devils back in this game as the substitutions made by Pine Plains. I think it might be Leach coming off for Pine Plains. It's a low free kick or goal kick. Nice play from the captain, the 13. She's waiting for that 12 to make that run. Finds her, cuts inside. She's got 2 in front of her. And really nice striking play from the number 10, who does have a goal tonight. And excellent defense from Bonnets, stopping the number 10 from getting a second strike away. That was Tessa Blackburn, scorer of Pine Plains' second, with a headed goal earlier in this half. A lot more action in this half than we had in the first half. More shots on target. More shots off target. Oh, the header, the clearance is missed. The shot came through, but well dealt with by Ellenville's goalie. Defender did not deal with it. And the striker almost was held back, but the defender thought better of it. That could have been a yellow card if she had pulled her down there. And the goalies should get that first for Pine Plains. Gonzalez will try to trap it. Under pressure from the 19, beats the second player. Left foot strike from deep. And tame in the end, but nice idea from Gonzalez. She had numbers up to her. Cromwell on the right. The 4 on the left. Or the 3, I should say. Bonnets clears it back to the 3. Denman back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez looks upfield to the 4. She tried to control it on her shoulder. Ended up hitting her slightly in the face, I think. There's the play from the 13, looking for that through ball on the right side. Bonnets calls the keeper out. Keeper's going to have to just about get there. Excellent play from Sienna in goal for the Blue Devils. And that was good communication. That's what you want to see when the defender makes a decision that the goalie should come and clearly communicates that to the keeper, and then the keeper responds. And the plan is executed well. Cromwell hustling down the right wing, tried to get a shot away, goes down. No foul. Nice ball along the ground. But couldn't quite find the target. Now Gonzalez playing center mid. Covering as many inches of the field as she can tonight. Roller with the good hustle. Trying to stop her. Great play by Story there. Tries to play it out wide to Denman. He gets a touch on it against the 18. 18 trying to do some fancy footwork around her. It's a good play from number 3, Lila Denman. Bonnets under pressure from 2. Has a second to think about the pass, and it's blocked. Oh, and number 11 clears it up, but still in. 12 can cross it, and that should be off target. And Ellenville's, well, Sienna can let it go out. So Blue Devils sub 3. Denman comes off. It looks like Megan Wright, number 10, is in. First action of the night for 8th grader Megan Wright, playing left wing now, or left mid. 21 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this half. The low goal kick, though, is going to be blocked by the 12. The second kick is a bit higher. And nicely held up by Bonnets, who's now pushed up the field. Coach Dom may be changing it up now, pushing Bonnets out of defense. Story dropping back to take her spot as sweeper. Cromwell in front of Story. Nice ball forward from Gonzalez, going to be out though. Number 11 calling for it short. Instead, she goes short to the 12. She stabs it through. Nice touch. Number 10 can strike this to the far side. Excellent play by Pine Plains there from the throw-in. That was a well-worked move. Number 10 just snatching at it and putting it wide. Tessa Blackburn already got an assist tonight, trying to get on the score sheet herself. Number 12 with a nice turn against DeMornay. Ball across the middle. She's got numbers to back her up. Hit the 10. There's the 19. Can she get a shot away? Brings it into the box. Strikes it low. Hits the post, I think. Great save. Not sure if they hit the post or the goalie. Either way, Blue Devils do not concede a third here. Blue Devils do not have many multi-games in them this season. I think maybe only one game this year have they scored more than one goal. And that would be the opening game of the season, which they won. Their only victory of the season was their opening game against Highland back on September the 1st. They won that game 3-2. Otherwise, I don't know if they've scored more than a lone goal in any of their other games, which they obviously have lost every other game besides that one. So they are looking for a second goal in this game to tie things up and a third to win it. And they'll have their opportunities. Roller does really well. And will commit the foul against the 18. Some of the crowd not happy about that call. $18 minutes remaining. Nice ball into the box. Number 12 is going to take a touch. Past the defender. Keeper's going to dive to the ground and gets it at the second attempt. Sienna Thomas being asked to do a lot of work this half. So far answering the call. Except for that one time this half. Bonnet's chasing it now in her new position, playing up front for Blue Devils. Gets a touch around the defender. Still has the ball. Plays it low across the ground. And she knew that was the wrong decision. I think she was looking for a through ball perhaps to an on-running striker. And then she realized there was no one there to catch the pass. So that was a poor move, but she'll get more. More opportunities, I'm sure, going to become Ellenville's way in the remaining 17 and a half minutes here. We've got triple sub for Highland and a single sub for Blue Devils. Might be Denman coming back in on the right side for, is that Nunavera coming off maybe? Blue Devils subs wearing the sweaters as it is cold here tonight in Ellenville. Temperature dropping pretty quickly. DeMornay got caught out there, but luckily Cromwell was there to clean it up. Gonzalez now just tries to push it down the wing herself before perhaps looking for the cutback to Bonnets. She's feeling her side there, Gonzalez. She did go down, remember, injured about 10 or so minutes ago. And then she was back up pretty quickly, but you see every now and again she does hold her right side and try to keep stretching it. Oh, Cromwell with a swing and a miss. Really nice play from Pine Plains. One-on-one against the 6 Story. Cuts into her right side. Goes into her right foot. Great strike, great save, and a catch. Beautiful save from Ellenville's Sienna Thomas in goal. Excellent stuff. That was a decent strike. I think it was going top 90 left side. Denman can't quite keep it out for throwing near the halfway line. So with 15 minutes and a few seconds remaining, Blue Devils still find themselves down by a goal, but the score is 2-1. They were 2-0 down, but they came back to half a deficit thanks to a second half penalty kick from Sarah Gonzalez. But now Pine Plains, they are hustling for a third goal. They want to restore their 2-goal advantage. There's the cross. Beautiful cross if the 12 can get on the end of it. Just in front of her, I think. But nice cross from the 10. Tessa Blackburn. Story with the goal kick. Blocked. Pine Plains has it right back, but nice block there. So it will be a throw into the Blue Devils. Just in front of the halfway line here. Bonnets with a good trap. Roller with a double block. Substitution going to get called just before the throw-in is made, so the 9 is going to come out for the 4. We've seen that switch before. So the 4, Yasmin Augustin, is in. For the 9, Izzy Montoya. Nice first touch from Bonnets again. Pushed to the ground, but the through ball was already played. But that probably was a foul off the ball after the ball was played. There was no advantage played, so referee could have called that back for the foul. Nice play from Cromwell, releasing right down the left wing. Pine Plains clears it up. It's going to go out for a throw. It's an Ellenville throw.
Blue ball.
Yep, the referee was almost going to give it as a Highland throw until enough people made it clear that that should be an Ellenville throw. Nice ball down the wing. That's going to stay in. Thomas can chase this one. Inside to Bonnets. Can't quite control it, but it's still Ellenville ball. Back to the number 10 of Wright. She can lay it in first time with the left foot. And now Ellenville has numbers on the right side if they can just regather this. Gonzalez. Ellenville can regroup here. They still have the ball. Gonzalez shoots it from deep. Tries to have the ball just find its way through. Roller now. She might strike it from deep. It's going to bounce. And it's going to run wide. Keeper just about got it. And Bonnets just tried to follow it up. Keeper has had a couple of shaky moments. I mean, had a very good game, but had a couple of moments that she'll not be too happy to look back at on the replay. The Pine Plains goalie, but on the whole, only conceded 1 goal and having a pretty good game. Pine Plains has it now with numbers in front. That's a heavy through ball. It's going to get picked up, hopefully, comfortably by Sienna. Just over 10 minutes remaining here in the second half. Blue Devils got to find a goal in these next 10 minutes to at least tie this game up and force overtime. Otherwise, it would be a Pine Plains victory. Comes off the hand of Bonnets, but she breaks through. Keeper's going to come off her line. Oh, and number 4 did not know the ball was going to fall to her like that. That's unfortunate. Good hustle from Bonnets, and Walters was there to follow up, but it just lucky or unlucky bounce for Ellenville, lucky bounce for Pine Plains. It just bounced right into the 4, and she didn't have a chance to control it. Bonnets is looking at it like, come on, you couldn't redirect that into the goal, but it did come at her very quickly. It's going to be a hard one to automatically place into the net. But Ellenville is pushing. Ellenville is trying. They're huffing and puffing here inside 10 minutes. Coach Tom's got to be encouraged with what he's seeing here on senior night. It's been a very good performance from the Blue Devils. There you go, first time clearance. Makes Pine Plains. The ball did not go out, you're right. Bonnet's is going to chase that until the referee finally blows a whistle to say, yeah, it went out. There aren't linesmen in these high school games. There's 2 referees, whereas in traditional soccer games, you'd have a linesman on either side of the field who would know right away as soon as the ball went out. They'd be in line with the line and the ball, so they would know if it was out, whereas these 2 referees have to cover a half each as opposed to a line each. So sometimes the ball may or may not go out if it's far away, and they might not be able to give an accurate call on it. So, yeah, play to the whistle until the referee says it's one way or the other. Number 23, can she line up a strike? Ooh. She lined it up, going for that top 90 right side. Got the power behind it, just a bit too much height. But the crowd, for a minute there, got pretty excited. Number 23, having a good game tonight, Nevada Roller. Kim Wright can get there, play it first time to Bonnet. It's going to be a little bit too high, I think, unless Bonnet can trap that. Not quite able to keep it in. Nice block by Wright. She plays it right back to her, though, and she swings and misses it. And Bonnet's again following it up, but not quite there quick enough. Roller lets it go through her. Cromwell, she stops it, and now it's number 12 playing the through ball, and Membrano's got to get this one away. 17, she gets the number 10, allows her ahead of her. There's the strike. Number 10 with the crushing blow to perhaps put this game beyond doubt for Pine Plains. That was number 10, Tessa Blackburn, with a goal to go with her assist from earlier. And that will make it 3-1 Pine Plains, and that's going to be a hard one to come back from. They were doing so well, Blue Devils pushing and pushing and pushing these last few minutes. And Pine Plains just absorbed the pressure, rode a few lucky breaks themselves. And then with that break, they were able to put together just the right number of passes, only about 3 passes from back to, or at least from middle to front. And they got the clinical strike there, and that's going to hurt the Blue Devils. That makes it 3-1. 2 goals down now with 6 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Probably going to be too big of a hill now, which is a shame. They can hold their heads up high. They've fought hard today. Just Pine Plains had some more clinical offense. They do have a good combination of players up front between the 12, the 13, the 12, 13, 10, and the 19 for Pine Plains. All very good players up front. Michelle Blackburn, Brianna Blackburn, Tessa Blackburn, and then your 8th grader up front, Nevaeh Rennie, number 19. Between them, they've had a combination of goals and assists. Bonnet's doing really well, trying to keep that ball up there, goes in for the slide. And that third Pine Plains goal really killing the crowd here. A late Ellenville goal now, though, would get them psyched back up for the final couple of minutes. But if they're going to get something, it's got to come quick now. Number 14 with the flick goes out for goal kick. As Pine Plains get ready to make another sub. Now they will make that sub. Four and a half minutes remaining here. Pine Plains can just essentially run the clock down if they're smart with their ball possession. Blue Devils have to chase the game as they've been chasing pretty much all, or the entire second half they've been behind. They've only been behind by 2 goals for brief moments. They say when they conceded the second, they responded quickly with their own, and now they've conceded a third only with 5 minutes or so remaining. So they were in this game for the large majority of it. There's the cross inside. It's going to come to right. It's going to roll across her. Deep strike's going to roll all the way through to the goalie. Bonnets with the flick. It's a heavy ball. That might, if it could stay in, this is going to be a great counter for Pine Plains. She can hold it up, cross it with the left foot. The slide comes in from the 19, looking to get on the score sheet herself tonight. It just puts it wide. It's like another sub for Blue Devils happening. Number 9 coming in for Denman. So that's going to be Nunavero coming in for Denman. 3 minutes remaining here. Blue Devils down 3-1. Number 12 drops it to the 19, gets it back from Cromwell. Back inside to the 19. She left-footed strike. She got on the wrong side of the ball though. The spin was taking it away from the goal. Sliced it rather than curled it. Blue Devil strikers move to the right side, and they'll trying to overload the right side of the offense. Goes past Cromwell. Story with an important touch. Ooh, and Gonzalez. No foul. There's a nice through ball. Can she first time this night? 19 tried to turn and shoot herself. And that brings us to 2 minutes on the clock. So final 2 minutes of the game. Pine Plains looking at the win here. They lead 3-1 with barely any time left. But it's been a fun evening for the Varsity girls. Could the through will happen now? It can. She just hadn't released it soon enough. The keeper's clearance is not the best. It's going to spin back awkwardly, and Bonnets is there hustling yet again. It's got to be a pretty major foul for the referees to call it in this game. They've not been calling any of the light fouls, or what you might call intermediate fouls. They're only really calling it if it's a clear and obvious foul. There's a nice through ball, wrong side of the defender for Ellenville. Pine Plains striker has it, takes a touch, cuts onto her right, shoots it low. Good save by Ellenville. I think she got a touch to push that around the post. Great save by Sienna. Not that it will count for much, but a nice save stops it being 4-1. In the dying seconds of this game. Look at the Pine Plains set-piece technique. They have 4 players lined up on the corner of the box, and they're all going to make a run here as soon as she goes to kick it. Here they go. 1 to the far post, 2 to the near post, and keeper has to catch it. And in the end, the set-piece technique didn't really work the way they wanted it to, but nice idea. I haven't seen that really before as a set-piece move. Well, the ball might come through here for right. Tries to find Bonnets in front of her. One last attack for Ellenville. Bonnets is going to chase that. She's going to get there. She's got some real speed on her. Can she hold it up and look for the pass? Or maybe cut onto her right for the shot. Really good hustle from Bonnets. You can't fault her for not trying. And she'll be looking forward to more sports in the seasons to come. I know she's a great softball player for the Blue Devils. And does she play a winter sport as well, do you know? Bonnets? Does she do track? I know she's, softball in the spring and soccer in the fall. It wouldn't surprise me if she's a track athlete, indoor track, because she's very fast. I imagine the indoor track coaches would want her on their teams. And I think that will do it here. That is your full-time whistle. Ellenville goes down.
And that will do it.
A valiant performance here for the Blue Devils, but they go down to the Pine Plains Bombers 3-1. So this has been a great senior night, but not a great result for the girls in the end. But a good game nonetheless. Entertaining. A goal for Sarah Gonzalez from a penalty kick from the Blue Devils. Not enough to outweigh the 3 goals scored by Pine Plains. So we will wrap this game up. A big shout out to my tech crew upstairs. Shout out to Josh, to Joe, to Mimi, and to Geronimo. Thank you very much for all your work upstairs and bringing us our pictures. But for now, we will call it a night as we say congrats to all the senior girls on another great season. And we'll be back on Friday. If you're listening to this live, we will be back on Friday. As we see the handshakes on the far side, we'll be back on Friday for the varsity football game versus Tri-Valley here at home. That will be homecoming game. So until then, this is Mr. Buckless signing off for the Ellenville Central School District YouTube channel. Have a great evening.